знаете, мне приходят в голову слова из Священного Писания. Неонацисты, бендеровцы, неонацисты, фашисты, неонацисты, националисты, бандеровцы, неонацисты и их вооруженные преступники.
In every one of his speeches, Putin tries to convince the world that Ukrainians are Nazis. This is how he tries to justify his military invasion. Although he tries to justify it in other ways too, with information about belligerent birds from secret Ukrainian biolabs.
Его целью являлось изучение возможности распространения особо опасных инфекций через мигрирующих птиц.
Of course, no evidence of either of these claims exists, but this gives us a wonderful opportunity to talk about the Nazism and racism in Russia itself.
Русские вперед!
С моего личного опыта я не знаю ни одного мужчины-африканца, на кого бы хотя бы раз не нападали в общественном транспорте.
Here, we won't talk about single incidents of racism or fringe Nazi groups, but about ordinary Russian citizens, because racism and Nazism are widespread problems in Russia. For example, if you aren't Slavic, it will be very difficult for you to rent an apartment in Russia. There are hundreds of advertisements on the internet which in large letters state that the apartment is only offered to Slavs. Moscow, St. Petersburg, it doesn't matter. Around 50% of Russians openly write that they don't even want to show their apartment to non-Slavic people. The percentage of people who will reject you after the showing it is much higher.
Вы только славянам зовете? Только для славян?
Только славянам.
What is the Russian government who is so desperately fighting Nazism in Ukraine doing about this? Nothing. Although, no, it is doing something.
Финляндия подала заявку на вступление в НАТО. У нас нет 8 лет, чтобы говорить вам о том, что там живут одни наркоманы и нацисты. Поэтому просто поверьте на слово.
This is Idrak Mirzalizadeh. He is a Moscow comic with Talishi roots. He told the story of how difficult it is for him to rent an apartment in Moscow at one of his shows.
Если в новое жилье входишь, особенно если оно в центре, там много живет, славян. И ты все равно должен их убедить в том, что ты нормальный не славянин. Есть такое же?
Конечно. Я ни одного не убедил.
In this very show, he made a joke about Russians, specifically about a mattress which Russian tenants had left in the apartment.
Матрас действительно в говне. Матрас весь в говне. Просто, я не знаю, если что, предыдущие съемщики русские, и, видимо, русские обмазываются говном и ложатся спать.
Here, the Russian authorities intervened. First, they put Idrak in jail for 10 days, and then they banned him from entering Russia for life, for one joke.
Почему Идрак до сих пор в России, я вас спрашиваю?
Меня зовут Идрак. За последние 3 недели мне пришло несколько тысяч угроз, а за мою голову объявили награду в 50 тысяч рублей.
Here we have the story of another comic. This is Nikolai Lukinsky. In the 2000s, he became popular thanks to his racist skit, in which he put a black stocking over his head and pretended to be a student from Zimbabwe.
Леон Измайлов называет меня черножгучим брюнетом.
You think the Russian authorities punish him? No. They rewarded him with the title of the accomplished Russian artist. But maybe he was cancelled by the Russian people? Also no. Lukinsky is still performing the skit.
Ой, я очень хочу съездить в Африку. Я даже плакал, так на дерево навалился, плакал. Мужчина подходит, злой такой, говорит: здорово, Маугли. Что ты плачешь, на дерево навалился, домой хочешь? Я говорю: да. Он говорит: ну давай подсажу.
There is even a chapter on his Wikipedia page titled Accomplished Negro of Russia. Here is another example. This is the pre-election video of the party of Dmitry Rogozin.
Ты русский язык, понимаешь?
Yes, this is people from the Caucasus eating watermelon. And Rogozin promises to quote, unquote, clean Moscow of trash, alluding to the immigrants from the Caucasus. The party was disqualified from running in the election because of the video.
Слава России!
But were there any sanctions put on the leader of the party, Dmitry Rogozin? None. On the contrary, he had a successful career. Currently, he is the head of Russia's space agency and one of the closest advisors to Putin, who also accuses Ukrainians of Nazism. As you can see, racism and Nazism are real problems in Russia. Mr. Putin, maybe you should focus on the denazification of your own country.